Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. For those of you who don't know, I'm Tashiann Yasmine, and today we're going to be talking about my spiritual journey.
Spin that bag on me, daddy. Spin that bag on me, daddy. Get it in the back of your caddy. Spin that bag on me, daddy. Spin that bag.
I know there's a lot of people who are just beginning their spiritual journeys. I know there's a lot of people who want to go on a spiritual journey, and I'm just here to tell you guys about my experience. We all in this together, bitch. First, I'm just gonna talk about where I am right now in my spiritual journey. I'm more in the phase of just getting all my desires, really getting to the life that I wanna live. There's a lot that I'm learning about how we're connected. There's a lot that I'm learning just about the planets, the moon, really understanding how I'm connected to the things that are around me and how I can work with them to get the life that I want to live. Before I dive any deeper into that, I want to take a step back and share how I initiated this journey. I guess you can say my spiritual journey started when I was a sophomore in college. I went to Pace University in New York, and I was going through a rough time. I couldn't pay for school, and I was like, damn, how can I pay for school? And I remember my aunt had The Law of Attraction on her bookshelf. The Law of Attraction was like my first introduction into understanding how God worked, how the universe worked. I had a little relationship with God. I respected God, but I didn't really fully understand God. And I started to implement the law of attraction in my life. I started making vision boards and stuff like that. So that's the extent of what my spiritual journey was for a while. For a while, I wasn't happy with my life, and I just couldn't pinpoint it. I couldn't really explain it. It was just a very uncomfortable feeling in my spirit consistently. Since reading the law of attraction, I did start to read more self-help books. So I was learning little things here and there. A couple years after dropping out of school, I moved to New York. If you want to change in your life and you want to really ignite a journey within yourself, I'd say do something that'll take you out of your comfort zone. Moving to New York was one of the most pivotal moments on my journey because that really made me uncomfortable. It made me interact with a lot of people. It was a lot, and I am not the social kind of person. One, because of my insecurities, and two, it's just a part of my nature. Just from my different interactions with people, it revealed a lot about myself to myself. I learned to the extent of how my insecurities can manifest themselves into my life, how I can reflect my insecurities just by how I talk to people, how I talk about myself, how I show up in a room. After being confronted with all these different things about myself, I knew that I had to make a change. I was learning how to love myself so that I can show up fully in a room, so that I can feel comfortable with myself. My spiritual journey from that point more started as a self-love journey. But as I see now, self-love and spirituality go hand in hand, because loving yourself is loving who you are at the core. And in order to find out who you are at the core, you have to go on a spiritual journey. I just was reading a lot of books that helped me understand why I was feeling the way I was feeling and how I can get through it. So one of the books was Unfuck Yourself. It helped me understand how I was thinking and how it was affecting how I lived my life. I was seeing some change, but it wasn't until my 24th birthday, and I remember this very distinctly, I embraced me going on the journey to do whatever made me happy. I got a tattoo on my neck. I feel like it's on this side. Fearless, or it could be on this side, I don't know. I started to style, I started to creative direct, I started to express myself creatively in whatever way I wanted to. I was really getting comfortable with myself. I was more secure with just being open to trying different things and letting myself be creative and just shining my light. So I moved back to New Jersey, and honestly, New York wasn't for me. I'm more reserved, I'm more chill. I like grass, I like nature, I like space. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go to Jersey and chill and, you know, work on myself. It was the first time that I was really alone in a long time. So I was just consistently learning about myself and working on changing those parts of myself. The first book that I read was The Celestine Prophecy. I love that book because it taught me so much about energy, how I give my energy, how I could possibly be taking people's energy, how sometimes we take the energy from other people because we are depleted within ourselves. It really solidified for me that the universe, God, is going to give you whatever you need in order to get what you desire in life. It opened me up to receiving from the universe and looking at signs and being more open to listen to myself and stuff like that and follow my intuition. I didn't have a job, but I was putting a lot of effort into my creativity, but I wasn't really fulfilling them properly because I was trying to do too much. I was putting a lot of pressure on myself to get money and to fulfill my goals that I was just doing too much. I was burning myself out. I wasn't taking care of myself. It was just a lot going on. And then COVID hit. I was spending a lot of time with my family and I got into a relationship that reflected a lot of truths to me. I can't say truths. I was embracing just being in the moment and just working on myself. I was starting to do yoga. I was starting to meditate more. I was just starting to do the good things for myself that I wanted to do. And again, I wasn't really seeking to go on a spiritual journey. I was just doing things that were making me a better person. That was making me better physically, and that was making me better emotionally and mentally. During quarantine, I read a very important book called A Happy Pocket Full of Money, and it initiated in me the process to change my mind, to change how my mind is set up, to change my mind from inferiority, to change my mind from poverty into abundance, love, and wealth. I don't say certain words anymore. I work on keeping track of my thoughts. It gives you a lot of information on how you're connected to the universe. It gives you a lot of information on how you manifest what you talk about or what you think. It just makes you thoroughly understand that you are what you think about. So that was that. My relationship ended. I went through some personal things. It was definitely a journey that I needed in order to get me to this next chapter on my spiritual journey. Going through that and not wanting to go through that again helped me work on the parts of myself that really need some work. And I'm still working on it. I'm still working on those parts of myself. I still struggle, so it's a journey. I was meditating a lot. I was doing a lot of yoga, reading a lot of books. At the beginning of the year, I set a goal for myself to make $1 million. I knew that this would require me to be a whole, totally different person. There were so many things that I would need to change about myself. So many things, like my procrastination, being in tune with myself, being in tune with God, the universe, spirit, being in tune with my intuition, listening, seeing the opportunities, and all that required a different level from me that I tapped into a little bit, but not really. So that required me to really be disciplined and really do the work necessary. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I was reading a lot of books. At one point, I was reading a book a week. It would give me the building blocks to be better and better, not only in my personal life and as a person, but be better and better with knowing how to manifest. There's so many things that affect our manifestations that a lot of people don't talk about. One of the most important lessons I learned is that wherever you are energetically is what you're going to attract. So if I want to attract all these different beautiful, positive things into my life, energetically, I have to be in a positive, radiant, abundant space. I can't be negative and want to live a happy, fruitful life. It doesn't work like that. So my spiritual journey right now is vibrating on the energy level of whatever I want. I'm gonna end the video here because this is my third time trying to record this video and I'm tired. I don't even know if I said everything that I needed to say, but baby, at this point, you get it. I love you. Thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe. Bye.